Hey everyone, it's Sherry Roberts again, and we are here doing an addendum to contract. So this is when you, let's say for an example, do the inspection, and everyone's favorite go-to now is the electrical panel needs to be replaced, which is no fun. And let's say there's fascia board rot somewhere, and we try not to ask the seller to make repairs. We don't know what kind of repairs you're going to make. Then you have to have receipts, and it's a whole thing. So what I like to do is ask the seller, we usually add up the costs of the repairs and just have the seller credit the buyer towards your closing costs at closing. So if a buyer's closing costs are 10,000, that means they only have to come to the table with 7,000, which is pretty awesome. And it keeps more money in the buyer's pockets. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do an addendum to contract. And in order to do that, we have to add forms. And then we're going to type in addendum to contract. So there it is right there. Now, the rule is if you're using a FAR bar contract, which is the as is, it's a FAR bar, you only want to use FAR bar addendums, but the FAR bar does not make an addendum to contract, most unfortunately. So we really can't do that in this case. Now, also, you only show the bank the dollar signs. You never show the bank the repairs. Chances are then the appraiser has to come back out or the inspector has to come back out and it's loan preventing. We don't want to do that. As long as it's nothing major, we just want the closing costs to be credited at closing. So in this case, we can call it addendum number 1. Now, if you were going to make a list of repairs, because let's say you were going to have a licensed contractor do everything for you for the seller, you would call it addendum A, because then when you have another addendum and you call it addendum 2, the bank is going to ask you where addendum 1 is. And yes, that has happened to me. The effective date, anyone? The effective date is the last day that either the buyer or the seller, the last person, signed or initialed the contract, not including extra addendums, just the last day all of that was done and delivered to you. So it's 03, we're just saying 01, 2021 is the effective date. Please use one line per name. Jane Doe, John Doe, Susie Smith, James Smith, and I'm going to do my little import value tricky dicky thing right here. Look at this. We get at least the address written in for us. That's why I want you to fill out the right-hand side, guys. Now, short, sweet, keep it simple. Sellers will contribute $3,000 towards buyer's closing costs at close. All other terms and conditions remain the same. Don't get fancy and put shall or will, because then, God forbid, you're in a dispute. Every word you write is a dispute. So just leave all other terms and conditions remain the same. So then we save changes. Also, the reason why you say at close and not at closing, I don't know if you know, but you can actually have a closing that doesn't close. It's called a dry closing. It could be Friday at 6 o'clock at night. There's no way the lender is going to fund the package and get everything to the title company on time. That time has already passed. So it might not fund to the weekend or even Monday. So the buyer can't even move in. But stuff happens and at least everybody closes. So you save your changes. You do your handy dandy signature request. And then you're going to send via email, but you're only going to send it via a PDF. You are never to require signatures from somebody who is not your customer, okay? So we don't represent the sellers in this case. We only represent the buyers. So we're going to send via email as a PDF, and we let the seller's agent get their own customers to sign, okay, when it comes back. So first you do a signature request for your buyers, and then when you get that back, you send me an email as a PDF. I hope this helps. Have a good day.